Well, hello to you. It's Picken, CEO and founder of Migrate, and I'm here in the magnificent Baviaanskloof. You can see the big hill behind me. As I rotate round, you can see the farmhouse and all the mountains. It's been a most spectacular place. And I wanted to bring you this week's Wealth Insight. And it was really a statement I heard from Dr. Dolf de Roos, where he said, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And why I thought this was a good lesson for the week and why it epitomized the week for me is that I've just spent the last week with our leadership team, with 7 incredible individuals from all over the world, getting together, working together, figuring out how we can execute on the vision. And really the power of having incredible people in the room is amazing. Now, does it make you go slower? Definitely. It's much easier to go faster on your own, but you're not going to go far. And the Wealth Insight is that, you know, it's actually about using the power of the laws of nature. You know, again, a bird flying on its own can fly a bird flying on its own versus a bird flying in a flock. A bird flying in a flock can fly 70% further than a bird flying on its own. And so for me, it's such an important Wealth Insight. And, you know, I've brought it up before and I'm going to keep repeating it. As you look at 2019, as you look at the big goals that you want to achieve in your life, figure out who you need to have on your team. You know, if you I was listening to something by Jeff Bezos yesterday from Amazon. What's also important is that when you're growing your team and when you're getting your team together, you need brighter people than you. You need more experienced, brighter people than you. So what a lot of people do when they look for a team is that they look for, you know, people that are below them. And what you actually need is people that are better than you, because that's going to really pull you up. You know, there's the great little book of the 5 monkeys. You are who you become. You are who you hang around with the most often. And so the question you've got to ask yourself in this Wealth Insight is who are you hanging around with? Who is your team? You know, what are you doing to really take yourself to the next level? You know, I like to, go on courses and stuff and put myself in the room where I'm the dumbest, poorest person in the room. And it's only a matter of time till I aspire and grow to the level of the people where I find myself. Now, is it uncomfortable? No. Is it uncomfortable? Yes. Is it nice? No. But does it help you, get monumental growth? Very much so. And, again, when I look at this week, it was an incredibly difficult week. You've got 7 amazing individuals in a room with 7 very strong opinions, with 7, with a huge amount of experience of all 7 individuals. And yet, as you galvanize that together, 1 + 1 can equal 11. And so this Wealth Insight is, what are you doing to get a world-class team? You know, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. So coming live from the Baviaanskloof, you can see the magnificent scenery of where we've been for the last 7 days. Maybe that's also a Wealth Insight. Take some time out with your team. It really has been a good week. If you did enjoy this, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. We aim to bring you a Wealth Insight every single week of the lessons we learn from the wealthiest people around the world so that you too can get the knowledge. And my only request to you is that you share it with your friends. We want to empower 1 billion people. This week was Davos and the World Economic Forum. You know, the #1 challenge on this planet is income inequality and the wealth gap. And the only way we're going to solve that is by spreading the knowledge, giving people the skills, the mindset, and the understanding, because only once they've got that can they do anything about the practical realities. Picken signing out from the Baviaans. Hope you enjoyed this week's Wealth Insight. See you next week. Cheers. Oh, and by the way, one last thing. If you do want to join a virtual community, seriously, look into our inner circle. The link is below. Look into our digital real estate mastermind. The link is below. And for some of you that are at the top of your game, A players globally, look at the Global Real Estate Mastermind. It's a good starting point. We've got 1 week left of Cedars. And, just being part of our Wealth Partner community, it's certainly a step in the right direction to being part of a world-class group of people that are fundamentally changing where they're going as individuals and collectively in terms of learning, inspiration, and growth. So the offer's out there to you. Cheers.